Doug here with FloridaFishingHunt.com, and I wanted to quickly address a couple things that I've been seeing on the forums. We've had some guys that just started saltwater fishing, and they have been using swivels or talking about using swivels to connect braided line and fluorocarbon or monofilament, depending on what you're using. Swivels are great if you're trolling or you're bottom fishing, but if you're doing any kind of casting at all, you want to join your two lines with a uni-to-uni knot. And the reason being is swivels will run through your guides as you cast and bust out the ceramics on your rod, which we all know is a bad thing. It's very bad. So what we're going to do is show you today how to tie that uni-to-uni. I'm going to do my best using the macro feature on this new little camera that I got to show you how to tie the knot or give you a general idea of how it should look or how you kind of put this thing together. It's really a pretty knot. It involves two uni knots with overlapping line, and I'll show you how that works. I just pulled the spool off of my Stratic real quick. Before I show you up close, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out a piece of fluorocarbon. This is actually 20-pound fluorocarbon. This will work with really any size fluorocarbon to braid that you have. Of course, the bigger the diameter, the harder it gets, and that's the point where we'll talk about later where you have to get into tying swivels when you go for bigger game stuff, or even crimps, which is a totally different game. But for right now, we're going to do the uni-to-uni, which has really worked for inshore stuff. So I'm going to switch to macro mode and bring this camera up close, and you'll be able to see just how we do this. So let me just get adjusted right here. I've got two lines. I've got my braid in my left hand, and I've got the fluoro in my right hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay those two pieces of line parallel to each other and kind of pull it down so that you can see both of these pieces of line are together overlapped. And I've just grabbed in the middle. So on the right hand side, or your left as you're looking at it, I have the braid on one side, and then on my left hand side or right as you're looking at it, you've got the fluorocarbon on that side. They just overlap each other. It's real simple. Even Steven on both sides, it doesn't really matter. You want to take one side and make a loop that comes up and around just like a normal loop, and then you want to wrap that fluorocarbon over the top of the lines that run parallel and go through the hole. And you just want to do that 6 or 7 times, whatever you like, and you want to wrap them going through there. And then once you get it through, you want to pull down and pull tight, and it's going to start to cinch on itself. I'm going to pull this away from the camera. I usually wet it down with a little saliva, the knot, so it helps slide on itself. And if you look, you can see I've got that knot with my tag ends sitting right there. Now you want to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. It's just a mirror of each other. Now you're just doing the fluorocarbon, but you're doing the loop with the braided side. You create that loop, go up and over the loop, then back through the hole. Again, 6 or 7 times. Just like that. Again, I always grab it with my teeth and I wet it down. When you pull that tight, like that, you see as you pull it tight, it's going to start to cinch down on itself, like that, and you see them coming together, boom. And there's your two knots that have come together. And I'm going to pull it tight like that. Now all I have to do is trim these tag ends, and I'll show you that real quick. This is just real easy. I'm going to cut my tag in on my braid, on my mono, and then do it on the braided side. These aren't the best scissors for this, but they'll work. Stolen from my wife's kitchen. So there you go. I've got the knot, and you can see I've got braid and fluoro together, and it's a nice clean, fairly non-abrasive knot that when it comes through your guides is not going to knock the ceramics out, and it's very, very, very strong. Whenever I bust off a fish, it's generally not at that line. It's usually at the hook. This or at this knot, it's at the hook. This is a very, very, very strong knot. So there it is. I hope that helps you guys.